Alright, so here's a fun fact. In Australia, we have 770 million hectares of land. Currently, 429 million hectares is used by animal agriculture. 429 million of 770 million. Only 20 million hectares are used to grow plant foods for humans. If we all went vegan, that would probably rise to 100 million hectares versus 449 million hectares.
You know, say someone's like, oh, you're vegan or vegetarian. Well, you know, I do what I want. You do what you would want. Don't judge me. Well, it's like, well, you know what? You're destroying our wildlife. You're destroying my future generation.
Insane. Really is insane. Veganism is the most relevant cause on this planet. You could be a feminist activist, you could be an activist against racial tension, all of these injustices that occur on the planet, and I don't say this to belittle any of those injustices or any of those activists, but if you are an activist because you do believe in justice, period, there is no greater cause that you could fight for than veganism in 2016 on planet Earth. First of all, even if you don't care about animals, animal agriculture is the leading cause of environmental destruction. This is the largest injustice that's occurring to the planet. Also, if you care about humans' rights issues and you don't really care about non-human rights issues, the animals that humans claim to own as property, these crops are used to feed these animals so that the people in the West can then eat them. People say that veganism is a luxury, but it's really a luxury to eat animal products. The diet of the kings and queens has now become the status quo. So everybody is consuming animal products at a lower price than what it once was because it's so heavily subsidized by the government. But what we're actually paying for, the true cost of animal products doesn't just involve financial cost. It involves the cost of an animal's life, number one. It involves the cost of environmental destruction. And if you care about humans' rights issues, it involves the cost of humans going without food. Every 2 to 3 seconds, a human dies of starvation on this planet. And in those countries that these children are dying, they're growing crops to feed animals in other parts of the world. Rather than eating their direct crops, we can feed way more people on this planet with a vegan diet, and most of the crops on this planet currently are put aside and fed to livestock. We would end world hunger many times over if we just fed those crops directly to humans. The other part to that is, if you care about humans, cancers have been reversed with a vegan diet. Cardiovascular disease has been reversed with a vegan diet. All these things have now clinically been proven to help reduce the risk of many diseases and to reverse all of these diseases. I mean, there's so much science that supports this that it should be just common knowledge by now that all of these diseases that most people have can either be reversed or prevented with a vegan diet. So if people are dying due to animal products, which, like I said, at this point should be common knowledge, if you care about human health, you care about justice within humans, then you wouldn't support such a thing. Even if we take out factory farming and we go to grass-fed organic and free range and all of that, the planet does not have the land space for us to do this. We'd need 3 planets to be exact. We only have 1 at the moment, so it's just not a sustainable, realistic, logical option at all. So not only is it not sustainable, but you're causing more harm and suffering to the plant kingdom and to the animal kingdom. So now that I've broken it down, I hope what you're taking away from this is that vegan activism is the most effective activism for causing mass change on this planet. If you want to fight for a cause, I'm not saying don't fight for feminist issues, and I'm not saying don't fight for racial issues and etc. But what I am saying is that veganism should be on your agenda, and it should be a priority because it affects so many areas. Everybody's connected to the impacts of what veganism can do to the planet. If you're going to focus on feminism and you miss veganism, or you are a vegan but you don't speak about veganism and you only speak about feminist issues, or you speak about that as a priority and you don't speak about veganism much at all, I'm asking you why you think that that's okay. Ecological scientists say that we don't have much time. We may have as little as 50 to 100 years. I mean, it's ridiculous. So we have to prioritize our time here. And yes, we should be fighting for equality, but the thing is most people that go vegan are more conscious to equality issues, things that pertain to equality. A lot of these issues spawn from believing that it's okay to harm animals that look different to us. This has been such a profound impact on my life, and what I've realized is that a lot of people already agree with veganism, they just don't understand it. A lot of people already say they're against animal cruelty, and yet they participate in animal cruelty unnecessarily every day, 3 times a day. And most people don't like the fact that animals are tortured for their meals, they just like the fucking taste. So I'm here to say to you, go vegan.